When it comes to makeup rules, we often preach you can't do a strong eye-lip combo. And today we are thrilled to be joined by Victor Henel, Global Director of Makeup Design for Estee Lauder, and he's going to show us how to break those rules successfully. Now, Victor is the man behind creating It Girl Kendall Jenner's knockout look. So Victor, what's the secret to creating that balance between a strong eye and a strong lip?
I think the secret is always keeping the top as heavy as the bottom and as dramatic as the top.
Okay, great. So where do we start?
We always start a smoky eye with black liner, and you just want to go in and flush the lashes with something dark and black. I try to really get into the lash line and then right above the lash line.
Now, do you have to be too precise at this point?
You don't at all. That's the beauty about the smoky eye. Then I'm going to take a different liner because this one's easier to move. And I'm going to start creating that smoky eye and creating that shape.
Mm-hmm. And are there any rules depending on what the eye shape is around this outline that you're creating?
You really want to work with your eye shape. So if you're round and you want to go a little bit longer, just extend it a little bit more. So once you have this kind of down, you want to go in and I was trying to move something and move eyeliner with a flat brush. If you're at home and you have difficulty moving and diffusing, you can always take your fingertip and start moving it as well.
Could you then layer up and add more liner if you wanted a more dramatic look? Or?
Yeah, this is the opportunity to do that. I've already prepped her skin. I've already have her a little bit of foundation on and concealer. But when you're home, you can just do one eye at a time, move on to the next eye. When you're done, you can remove any of the fallout with a makeup removing wipe and then continue with foundation.
Oh, so you do the eyes before you even start the base?
If you're a beginner, it's a good way to make sure that everything is clean underneath at the end.
So now we've finished the eyeliner step. What's next?
So now that we have this beautiful diffused smoky eyeliner base, we want to move into eyeshadow now. The collection launched with this incredible 5-pan palette, which has 3 of my favorite colors in it, a brown, a black, and a gray. Mm-hmm. And I want to start with taking the gray, taking a little bit of my brush, with the same blending brush that I was using before, and adding it all on top of this eyeliner on the lid. And I want to do this super sheer, almost invisible layer right on top of that smoky eye. And then right on top of that black liner, I'm going to take the darkest black in the palette and just add more black. You can take a little bit of the brown and then go in the inner corner and into the crease of it. This will help it diffuse and look a little bit more even. And then a good way to know how much black to put on is if you open your eyes for me and look at me, I can literally just go right into that pocket in the eye and diffuse and make sure that I don't go too much further up than that.
So the top half of the eye's done. Now it's time to move on to the lower lash line. So Victor, is it the same process all over again?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. You want to make sure that you are even. A lot of people ask me this question, and that's, if you put it in the inside, is it going to make your eyes look smaller? So I always like to say, isn't it better to look sexy than pretty? I think putting liner on the inside really creates this elevated state of makeup and makes someone really feel their best and their sexiest.
I also like to do it too when I'm tired.
When you're tired.
Yeah, it helps cover that redness along the lower lash line.
Yeah. And you want to make sure you get really, really tight inside the eye. Take a little bit of the black in the eyeshadow palette and just kind of move and diffuse that line. Here's my little trick for the perfect smoky eye. You take a little bit of the same bronzer that you use on your face with a blending brush and diffuse all of the edges. We do the same thing to the bottom.
Looks beautiful. Okay, so we've finished up the eyeshadow and now it's time for mascara.
Yes.
So which mascara are we going to use today?
So we're going to use our new Knockout mascara, and it's got these bristles that really comb out the lash. If you feel like you want to add a little bit more body to the lash, you can do a primer beforehand. Otherwise, you can go straight into the mascara.
I love this sort of one because it really, the spikes on it really allow you to get into those little lashes you don't even know you have.
I know,
you know, it
it's
catches
kind
them
of
right on
crazy.
the side of the eye.
You know, so when you're applying it, you want to make sure that you're on the outside, you're combing outwards, and the inside, you're combing inwards. That way you get this super beautiful fan.
Okay, so now Victor's created this knockout eye look, and now it's time to move on to the lips. So Victor, what's the first step with lips?
First step is lip liner. I usually do a lip liner closest to the lip color. This really allows me to shape the lip as I want versus using something that's the same color as the lipstick. I feel like this is a more natural way to line the lip. So once we have defined the lip, we can take our lip potion in Lethal Red and start building that.
Oh, that's a great color.
Red lip is always a little challenging to do, so make sure you take your time. Make sure you really take your time applying the red lip.
Now we've finished this beautiful red lip, and now we're on to our final step. So cheeks, what are we going to do today?
So we're gonna do a little bit of bronzer. I think it's important to remember that you should do your cheeks last when it comes to big eyes and big lips.
Why is that?
You really want to make sure that you don't do too much on the cheek because the focus really is the eye and the lip. And if you do eye, cheek, and lip being really strong, you're really going to be fighting this look. So just a little bit of bronzer on the cheek. And the final step, take a little bit of blush.
And just as a recap, so Victor's already prepped the base completely using foundation, and you use Kendall's favorite foundation.
We use Double Wear To Go, which is Kendall's favorite foundation, as well as mine. It's a beautiful foundation. It gives you really incredible coverage.
So there you have it. Victor, thank you so much for joining us today and for being on our set. We're thrilled to have you. And there you have it, a very easy way and the correct way to get the right balance between a strong eye and a strong lip using Estee Lauder's sumptuous Knockout collection. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to leave your comments below.